Hey everybody, here we are at the closet. Now the gym managers will be given the code, but inside this lockbox is a key to the closet. And inside the closet is a world of treasures. Probably you'll find balls overflowing out of here. You'll also find the ball carts. This is where we take the ball carts. Now the players can do this, but you'll take the ball carts, set them up, and put each bag of balls in each cart. Each bag of balls is to have 10 balls in it. You'll put the bag of balls in the cart and then put the bag underneath the cart in the basket under the cart. At the end of practice time, we will put 9 balls back in the bag, and then 1 ball will go on the judge's table. Also inside the closet, you've got a little container with some cold compresses and some towels to wipe up spills. You've got a map of how the gym is going to be set up. You've also got a checklist of all the things I'm boring you about. These are the water bottle holders. The players may or may not use these, but it's a good idea to put one at each team bench. That way we can keep their water bottles from going everywhere. Now, I don't know what these look like to you, but to me, these look like volleyball stands. We'll put 2 of each of these volleyball stands on the judges' tables that are over by the ends of the nets. That way, after you've gotten 9 balls in a bag and you've got 1 left over, from each bag or from each cart, you'll have 1 ball for each volleyball stand on the judges' tables. To make that a little bit simpler, there will be 2 balls on each judge's stand. And those are kept in there. There's also some cool whiteboards for the coaches. Here's a first aid kit. Gotta love that. Now these, everybody always wants to know what these are. These are the line judge flags. While you're here, you might as well go ahead and assign somebody to take 2 of each of these flags and set them on each of the judges' tables. Now sometimes we'll need to, not sometimes, but always we'll need to put the antennas up. These are the antennas. They go on the ends and are the boundary markers for the line judges to know and for the nets. Is your volleyball flat? No problem, we've got air pumps. You may need to get the scoreboard out, the electronic scoreboard. Now we don't have an electronic scoreboard in here, and we're not able to give out the combination to the closet that has the electronic scoreboard. But we will tell the secret to each of the gym managers of how to get into the basketball closet to get the scoreboards. Follow me. Now, like I said, we don't know the combination to this, and I'm only going to tell the secret to the gym managers and those who need to get access to this closet of how to get access to this closet. Once you've learned the secret of how to get access to this closet, behind some of this stuff, you'll see 2 black containers. Grab these containers out. You'll probably find extension cords laying in here. Ooh, here's a good one. It's even orange. I noticed earlier that here's a big long green one. So there are supplies and extension cords in this closet. Where on earth do I plug these cords into? Glad I asked that question. Follow me. Right over here, you'll find an extension cord ready with power. You can plug in the extension cord for the scoreboards there. The scoreboards will be sitting here on the 8-foot bench with the volleyball stands, with the line judge flags, and not to forget, we need to put 5 chairs around each of these tables. Whether or not you choose to use plastic chairs if we have enough, or the cushion chairs, that's up to you. Now, one last thing to talk about. Maybe it's not the last thing. I don't know where we are in this video process, but the kids can certainly deal with the volleyballs and the volleyball carts. The kids can certainly deal with the antennas, but before we deal with the antennas, we've got to put the nets up. So follow me so you know where. Hopefully the stairs won't be blocking your way. Nobody even knows where these stairs go. But behind these doors, you will see a cart with the volleyball poles, the volleyball padding, the nets, and all kinds of extra stuff. Again, the kids are responsible, the players are responsible for putting all of this stuff up and setting it all up. Also in here, way back in there hidden, is the referee stand for the right-hand court. It clips on to the nets, so there's no way I can really show you how to set that up unless I were to set up the nets. I'm not doing that right now. That's for the players to do. So again, just so you know where they are and what all needs to be done, one of the referee stands is in here, both of the nets, all of the padding, and all that stuff is in there. Let the players do that kind of work, but just so you know where it is. Well, now let's set up some tables for the judges. Follow me. We're going to go over to the parlor and look for our tables. That's not a table. I don't care what it looks like. Ah, it's a good day for us. We've got 2 tables here in the parlor. Now you'll notice this one has some blue Gatorade on it. That's okay to use a table with blue Gatorade or stains or paints on it. We're not very clean people anyway. In this situation, I would just grab 2 8-foot tables and carry them out right by the volleyball net on the outside of the court. Now, in most cases, this basketball goal will not be here. However, it is. So just pretend it's not. But we'll set up the table, and the judges will be happy about that. Now, in the event that it's not a good day and there are not tables in the parlor, follow me. I'll show you where else to look for them. Here we are on the west side of the building. In that closet right there is where you would find 8-foot long tables. Now, if you come out here to the west portico, it's probably a good idea to bring somebody with you because we don't always know that these doors are unlocked. So have somebody here to help these doors hold open for you. Look at that. Lots of rectangular tables and even some more chairs if you feel like you need lots of chairs that day. Now it's time to go get the plastic chairs for the players to sit on and the ref stand for the varsity side court. The varsity side court, remember, is on the left side of the gym as you walk in. Follow me. All right, we are on the east side of the building. There's Holly Springs Road, believe it or not. So on the east side of the building, as you come out the doors to the right, you'll see a double closet door. Inside this closet door, stacks of chairs and our varsity side referee stand. So we can drag the varsity side referee stand, kind of carefully angle it and get it out of here, and then wheel it in. Now with this ref stand that comes from the closet out by the portico, it'll always go on the court that is on the left-hand side of the gym as you walk into the gym. That's so that as these games finish up, we can clean up everything over there and leave this one out. This one sets up by spreading it apart, and you want to prop it, assuming the net's here, you want to prop it up right by the net facing that way. So we'll back up this way. Kind of get it in line first. It might be good to have 2 people. You'll probably have fun watching me struggle with this. So you kind of get it up like that. Push that out so it can kind of land up there. Bring up your platform. And you want to hook this platform right here so that these holes line up. Once those holes are lined up, you can put the pin in it and scoot it into its final position. Now, of course, when we're all done for the day, we got to put it away, right? So it's just the opposite. Pull the pin, lift that guy, let him fall down, grab up here, and it'll start to come back. Don't smash your fingers. And take it on back to the closet. That's all for now. We'll need at least 40 chairs for this event, 10 for each set of players. So each stack generally has 25 chairs on it, so you'll need 2 stacks. That'll give us a few extra if we need them. It's best, I've found, to look for a stack of chairs that has a handle on it. You can just grab the handle and pull it on out just like this. Now that we're inside the building, we're going to move this stack of 25 chairs to each set of player regions and set up 10 for each team. We'll have 4 teams going, so we need 40 chairs. Now, as we look at the court, and we assume we've got a net set up here, which we don't yet, but we will soon. We want to set the chairs up on the carpet. So the chairs will be on the carpet, but they can't be in front of this 10-foot line right here. So we'll set the first one up here, going that way. So the first chair will go right there, with 10 more going that way. And the second chair go right here with this 10-foot line going that way. Okay, when you're done setting up the chairs here and over there, you'll have a few left on each cart probably. Go ahead and take the cart. Underneath the curtain and back here. Probably not a good idea to block the doors, just in case of a fire, you want to have safe exit. This is also where we're going to store the volleyball carts with the volleyballs in them. That's all for setting up chairs. I guess the next thing we'll do is set up the audience chairs. Underneath this side of the stage on the left-hand side of the court as you come in is where we keep the hand trucks or dollies for the audience chairs. For the audience chairs, we're going to use these green cushioned chairs. It'd probably be a best idea to start with stacks of chairs that are against these walls, or against those walls, or against those walls, or even against those walls. Let me show you about these dollies. Grab a dolly like this. Slide it up on there. And now you can move hundreds of chairs at a time. If you can, be careful when you're setting this dolly down with the chairs, because we don't really want to scratch the gym floor. Now again, assuming the net is right here, and we have our 10-foot line right here, we're going to start with our first chair just inside the 10-foot line. Also, you want to keep it back at this black line right here. That gives the players plenty of room for their amazing diving plays. Now also, we're going to go 14 down each row. So we'll start with a chair here, and we'll go 14 down this way. We'll put some walking space in, and then put a second chair right here. And 14 more. For a total of 28 on this side, 28 on that side, 14 more going this way, and 14 more going that way. That's a lot of chairs. I'd love to show you how awesome my math is right now, but 14 times 8, I don't feel like doing that for you. It's entirely possible as the season goes on, 14 or 28 on each side won't be the right number, and we'll adjust that and give you proper updates. Or we'll just do a really cool voiceover. Instead of doing a creative voiceover, we've decided to do a creative video addition. Now, when it comes to the actual number of chairs, 14 or 28, let's not stick to that. We just want to know that if we have more crowd than we originally anticipated, we can add chairs inside the 10-foot line towards the ref stand on the back row, not the front row, or we can add chairs going all the way down towards the stage, so long as we leave about a 4-foot gap. We can do the same thing for the guest side, adding chairs all the way towards the wall, or adding a couple of chairs to the back row. Now that we've got the amount of chairs cleared up a little bit, let's talk about when we transition from the middle school and JV game to the varsity game. When we do that, we want to pull the chairs back because we want to add more room for the exciting activity of the varsity players. That way, if they make an amazing dive, they've got plenty of room. And while we're transitioning to the varsity game, we want to turn these chairs around so that there are plenty of chairs for all the middle school, JV players and parents to be able to watch the varsity game as well. Thank you. Okay, just in case you need to know how to drop the curtain to protect the stage, or to divide the two courts, or even to raise the curtain back up, let's go over that real quick. Let me give you a hand with that. So what we want to do, and I'll show you, just zoom in a second, but let me give you an overview. We'll push the code, which is 0000. Then we'll push curtains. Then we'll select which curtain we want. 01 is for the stage. 02 is to divide the courts. All right, here we go. Watch it live. The code is 0000. Push curtains. push 0, 2 for the divider. And in this case, they're up, so I'm going to push down. You have to hold it down the entire time. The second you stop holding down, it stops moving. It'll stop automatically when it's done. Now to go back up, it's the same thing, but in reverse. Hit the combination, 0, 0, 0, 0. Curtains, 0, 2 for the divider curtain, and now up. And if you watch, it's going up, and it'll go all the way up on its own and stop right where it wants to. Amazing. Okay, after all of the courts are set up and everything is ready, but prior to the game starting, we'll need to turn on the microphone for whoever's going to do the announcements. The microphone and all the electronics are located right back here on the stage on the left side as you're coming in the gym. Sometimes this little stanchion is blocking it. Just simply move that out of the way. You'll find the microphone right inside this door. To turn on a microphone, just push the bottom button. Hold it down until it comes on, and then the microphone's good to go. Once the microphone's on, you turn on the sound system by flipping this switch right here. You want to make sure your main speakers are up. We're talking about the handheld mic. We want our gains to be up, and then we can adjust the volume with these two volume controls. If we're going to switch over and run the iPod, here's the cord for the iPod, just hanging right there. You'll also want to do the same thing with that by turning these up, in which case you'll want to turn the handheld gains down. Now to actually turn on the speakers for the microphone, you have to walk back around here, and you'll see a sign right here that you'll be able to read better without the camera, that tells you to turn on this switch right here. There's two switches, they're to your right hand side, and it's the one to the left. It says here, PA speakers. So you flip that on. At this point in time, the microphone is live and ready to go. Let me show you. Oh, okay, now, who wouldn't want to sound that good on a microphone? I mean, seriously, this microphone's great. Now, to turn it back off at the end of the day, when everything's done and we're ready to go home, it's in the reverse order. So you come back here, you flip the switch to off. And then out here, you flip this to off. Make sure the microphone's off, put it in the drawer, you're done, and we're ready to go home.